Ready to go.
Reid's ready. All right, now we can start. Welcome to A Lot About a Little. I'm Logan.
I'm Reid.
And this is the show where we talk a lot about a little thing. I feel like that we need to find something that flows a little bit better. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, the slogan's going to take some time to get down, but...
Yeah, we're gonna stick with that for now. That's what we've been doing the past couple episodes. But welcome to A Lot About a Little. Today, we've got quite the episode. Reid, you want to tell us about what we got going on today?
Today we're going to be talking about peak athletic achievements. What we think our peak athletic achievements are. Because I, Logan, think that I recently peaked in athletic achievement at work the one day.
Oh, that's a bold claim, Reid.
Yes,
by the way.
It is a bold claim. So, for a little bit of background, I work for a baseball team, and during games, I'm up in the press box, and we have this one between innings promotion where we throw out these little foam baseballs that have a coupon on them for ice cream that you can take to the concession stand and get a free thing of ice cream, okay? So the half inning...
Coupon, also known as a coupon for
it's
the rest
a coupon.
of the world.
Okay.
Coupon.
It's a coupon.
Okay.
So it has this
coupon.
It has this coupon on it that you can take, get your free ice cream, and we get to the inning where we throw them out, and my boss who sits to my right has 3 of them, our PA announcer who sits to our left, or to my left, has 3 of them, and they're throwing them out the windows, and the one throw from our PA announcer hits the window of the press box and comes back in. Okay. I don't know how he missed the open window, but that's a different part of the story. So it rolls at my feet. I bend over, still seated down, pick it up. I see this row of guys standing up in like the first row of our 300 level, probably like 20 rows down, and sitting down, I fire this thing out the press box window. Like this thing was moving. I don't think I've ever thrown a stress reliever ball that fast. I didn't even think they were possible because they don't have a lot of weight behind them, you know? And that thing was moving, and this guy stands up, two-handed, beautiful catch. And like I got up, it was fantastic. Like he looked at me, I looked at him. We had like a moment there where like, yeah, that was awesome. And then everything happened, and unfortunately we didn't get it on camera. But I felt like my throwing ability peaked with that stress reliever baseball.
Oh my gosh! Did you stand up and salute the crowd out the window like the 7th inning stretch guys do at Wrigley after they sing? They reach out and do the Harry Carey and give the old salute to the crowd.
I thought about it, but unfortunately we had to move on and actually get back to work.
Oh gosh!
But I felt like my throwing ability, like that thing, like I fired that thing out the window, and it was fantastic. Like I didn't even realize how hard I threw it until I saw it flying, and thank God that guy caught it, because if he didn't, it was like labeled for the back of someone's head in the couple rows behind, like underneath them.
Oh man, dude, you throw it. It's slow motion spinning around in circles.
Yes,
there's flames coming off the back of it.
Practically having flames coming off from how hard I threw that ball. But I felt like I could go on the mound and throw a perfect game with an arm like that.
Oh gosh, dude, have you played baseball in the past? I guess that's important background information for the listeners.
I played baseball till like halfway through middle school, I would say.
Okay,
somewhere around there. I was never an actual pitcher. This was just like rec league baseball. It wasn't like little league or anything like that even.
Yeah. My pitching experience, not to totally derail the conversation, but I did pitch once. I played youth baseball, and I pitched one time. And that game, I don't know, I mean, this was like when you would pitch, and then if you threw 4 balls, the coach would come out and pitch, you know?
So there's just no walks?
Well, I mean, there was, I guess, if the coach, like, of the other team couldn't pitch. But, I mean, this was, like, right when we first started pitching.
Gotcha.
You want to take a gander over under 6 strikes that I threw that whole game.
Oh, under.
Oh, yeah. I threw 1 strike that whole game.
1 strike?
1 strike the whole game. And, I mean, I pitched the whole game, but I was not a pitcher. For sure.
I do have actually one memory about pitching from actual baseball, with an actual baseball and not like a foam baseball. My brother was on a different team than I was, and he was up to bat, and I was pitching, and the first pitch I drilled him in the side of the hip. Not on purpose. Not on purpose.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
But I could
buddy.
just not find the plate, and I plunked him. You know, what can I say?
I mean, yeah. My fondest pitching memory for my entire life was when I was a freshman in high school. I threw out the first pitch at a Cubs game. So
that's pretty cool.
Yes, that is pretty cool, but it comes with an unknown pressure because better believe you better throw a strike.
Yeah.
And so I did.
You got 30-some thousand people watching you throw that ball.
Well, this was last game of the season, 2013, and this was. I mean, this was the last season before they were starting getting really good.
So there was probably like 15,000.
There was probably like 4,000. It was a day game, right? I missed school to do it.
You got out of school to do it. That's even better.
I did, yeah. And
missed school, went to Wrigley, threw out the first pitch.
Yeah, I'll have to find the image of it, but yeah, threw out the first pitch. It was fantastic. I get up there, looking around, the hundreds of people in the stands, or thousands of open seats in the beautiful, friendly confines, and drilled that sucker right down the pipe. And
did you now?
Still have that baseball? Yeah, I wonder. It's sitting over there. Maybe I'll go grab it at some point.
There we go.
But,
that's great.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, but. I think in terms of athletic achievements that I've had in my life, I mean, that's got to be pretty close to the top of the list. I mean, I'm not a very athletic individual, right? I mean, when people think of Logan, do they think of athletic? Probably not, right? They think of, words that come to mind: uncoordinated, goofy, right?
Yeah.
Noodle armed, right? We've
got. Just gonna keep it at noodle. I would have loved to hear the explanation behind that one.
Noodle. Yeah. I mean, if you've ever seen my dancing, you would understand. But yeah, peak athletic achievements in my life: first pitch at Wrigley Field, and probably learning to ride a unicycle. I mean, those are my two most. Peak athletic achievements. I mean,
you can ride a unicycle.
I can, and
really?
And you know what? I actually have a lot of fun with that because I'll ride around in my neighborhood on the unicycle. Right?
You must get so many weird looks.
I do, but I'm more interested in the people that don't acknowledge the unicycle. Right?
Like
I don't know if
it's just something they see every day.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that I want to attract a whole bunch of attention, but if I'm going down the road. I'm looking at cars I'm over here, waving at people walking their dogs and stuff. I'm like
you're
the
like
local
the friendly
entertainment
neighborhood biker that's just waving and saying hello to everyone as they go past.
Yep.
Except you're just on one wheel and not two.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but some people don't even acknowledge. I mean, not that I need acknowledgement, but I just find it strange that they don't even wave, or they don't even look. It's almost like they're I don't know what's happening over there. I gotta just look this other way, or I'm gonna drive and totally zone in on where I'm going because I don't know what's happening on the side of the street over there.
Maybe they're just refusing to believe they're seeing a guy ride a unicycle down the street.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, during COVID, during COVID, this is a story for a different episode, but I broke my neck right before COVID started, so I had a neck brace on and really couldn't do a whole lot.
Would you ride the unicycle with the neck brace on?
No.
Okay,
no,
I thought you were going to say that. I'm like, that seems
no.
It is very against doctor's orders when having a neck brace on.
I mean, I had a hard enough time just walking in a straight line with a neck brace on.
That's fair.
That's a story for the future episode. But I would stand out in the front yard, and I really wanted to learn some new skills during COVID. So again, I taught myself to juggle clubs, right? Because I know how to juggle. So again, another
clubs,
athletic, pins, juggling pins, right?
Are they called clubs?
Clubs, pins. I think they're pretty interchangeable in terms of the name.
The more you know.
But I would stand out there with my neck brace, and there's actually a pretty candid photo of me standing out there with a couple clubs in the air, learning. And that was when I had the long hair too, so I'm sure it was a sight to see when you're driving around in my neighborhood.
I would have loved to see that.
Some crazy dude standing in the front yard, throwing and hitting himself in the forehead with juggling clubs and
with a neck brace on, and everyone's
with a
wondering,
neck brace on and a hat, and being what is this guy's deal?
Everyone driving past needs to be I wonder if that's how he got the neck brace.
It probably was.
Is it because of the juggling?
Yeah, and so I like to stick to my unicycle and my juggling for peak athletic achievements, and the first pitch
bad
for me. Do you have anything else
I've also had a more recent one. So the foam baseball story was about a month and a half ago, I'm pretty sure, sometime around there. I have one from this recent week. Okay.
Okay.
So at work, we shoot a lot of promo videos for all the promos we have for games to get fans to come out to them, okay?
Yeah.
And we have one coming up. This will be, I'm trying to think of when this episode will go up. It'll be, it'll already have happened when this episode gets posted.
Yes.
Because it is the Wednesday after when we're recording this. So
Okay.
it's kind of, it is between when we're recording and when this episode goes up. Not that that matters, but it's Splash Day. So we have like...
Splash Day.
It's during the day, kids can come, and we have like a splash zone where there's like a hose and stuff, and like stuff like that. It's like we bring a water park to the ballpark in a select location.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So,
okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the concept of the video is that our marketing guy or our promo guy would be walking towards the camera, and he would be like on the phone talking about the event, and we had 2 people off screen with water buckets and water guns that were going to jump out at a time and spray them with water and get them all wet. And my job was to throw water balloons from behind the camera.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So it starts. First throw gets him in like the shoulder, okay? I was told to aim low, but it's difficult to aim low when you need to go over a camera and then bring the balloon down.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, and I
Laws
feel like
of physics are being used in your favor here.
I feel like aiming a water balloon isn't the easiest thing because you have all the water moving around inside the balloon that can make it all, go a little wonky when it's flying, okay?
Wonky water, yeah, okay.
So first one gets him in the shoulder, second one misses, okay? Third one hits him in the side of the head, okay? Once again, the aiming low was not going well. Fourth one misses, okay? And then another guy comes in, dumps a bucket of water on him, okay? And then I have one more water balloon to throw at the end of this video. And where do I throw it but right between his eyes? And it
yes!
It hits him.
Yes!
He was wearing these sunglasses that had these little like baseball hats that clipped on to the top of them.
Yeah.
That like could provide shade for your eyes, and it hits him like pretty much square in between those, like pretty much right on where the bridge of the glasses would be.
Yes.
The hats go flying off.
Oh my God.
I felt very bad because I was told to aim low. But
Are you kidding me?
I also felt like it was fantastic aim if I was actually aiming there. So you can hear me off camera being like, oh, shoot, like I just drilled this guy between the eyes. My boss on the other camera starts laughing, and we obviously only had one take to do this. So our promo guy is like luckily powered through the rest of the script. He didn't have much more to say. But me and throwing things to the ballpark, I have immaculate aim, and sometimes it's where it's supposed to go, and sometimes it's not. But to someone that doesn't know that, it looks like I'm just really good at hitting my target, whether it be a foam baseball or a water balloon.
Yeah. 2 thoughts on that. Number 1, I would have been aiming right between his eyes every shot. Like that. Talk about high quality video content. You put 4 water balloons right between this dude's eyes. I mean,
It's going to get some views.
If he's still powering through that script, all the power to him, right?
Oh yeah.
He's got it all going on,
Yep.
Thought number 2 is you better watch out. These scouts, man, for this baseball team, they're gonna be knocking on your door, being like, "Who's this guy up in the press box?"
The best thing too is that when we shot that water balloon promo, we were having this high school like camp on the field that day, and I was very tempted to suit up, pull on some pants, throw on a jersey, and head down there and start beaming some fastballs right down the middle and impress some of those college scouts that were there. Because I probably still have my eligibility. I could go back to school and play college baseball if I really wanted to.
You could be. You could be that one guy who's still chasing the dream. He's like 35 and like a freshman in college because he was playing minor league ball, and now he's going to college, trying to get in that way.
That could be me.
That's your route to the big leagues.
That's how I get to the big leagues.
Forget production promos, dude. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna get there as a pitcher. Yep, closing out a World Series in 5 years.
Yeah. Well, actually, someone from my hometown that I grew up with, I went to middle school with, just got drafted because the draft happened not too long ago.
Yes.
For baseball.
Yep.
And he was drafted by the Boston Red Sox, I want to say in the 6th or the 7th round.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I don't know. You probably know more about this than I do, but I think I don't know how baseball prospects work, but I'm pretty sure because their rosters are so big. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What are generally chances of making it to actually playing a game when you get drafted that late? ish. I mean, obviously
playing a game like in the majors or just playing professional
playing a game
baseball
in the
general?
majors.
Oh,
Yeah,
in the majors? I mean, like 7th round isn't terrible. I know they shortened the draft a couple of years back, and I think they're down to 20 or 30 rounds, I believe. It used
30?
to be.
What?
It used to be so much longer. I think it may be 20 rounds. Don't quote me on it. But a guy like that, he'll probably, I mean, assuming he signs, he'll get a signing bonus, and then he'll probably report to their rookie ball team, which
Right.
is 5 levels below the majors. So then he has to work his way up through the minor league circuit. But if he's good, he won't be in rookie ball like that long. I'm guessing a guy like that, 5 or 6 round, like he can make it up to AA or AAA. Like he'll have to work hard to get to the majors, but if you want it, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like baseball, out of all of the sports, is I don't want to say that I guess I don't want to say the easiest, but I feel like some other sport athletes have gone to baseball to play professionally. Michael Jordan, for example, is the first one that comes to mind. I'm pretty sure like Bo Jackson, right? He played football.
He played both.
And then he played baseball.
Yep.
Right. There's a couple of multi-sport athletes have kind of played 2 sports, and baseball been one of them. So
baseball
I think that's
definitely has the longer like developmental path as well. Like a lot of the other sports, like if you get drafted in like the first 10 picks in the NHL draft, you're probably playing in the NHL that year.
Right.
If you get picked in the first round of the NBA draft or the NFL draft, you're probably making the roster that year. And then if you're in the MLB, I mean, Pittsburgh had the number 1 draft, and the guy they drafted out of LSU is looking to start in like AA.
Wow.
So he still has 2 levels to go through to get to the majors. I mean, there's a lot of people pushing him for just to go straight to Pittsburgh because the Pirates need help, but
right.
but there's like very few cases. I don't even know if there's a single case of a guy getting drafted and going straight to the MLB. They at least spend some time in the minor leagues for development purposes.
Yeah. I mean, baseball seems more all about development. Not that other sports aren't, but like NBA, I mean, people are getting drafted and going to play like straight out of high school even, and so every sports are different, but I feel like that's, again, another conversation for a different episode of what sport is the most difficult.
Oh, boy, we could open up a whole can of worms with that one, my word.
Yeah, and so instead of that, I mean, we've been talking about peak athletic achievements pretty much all day today. I thought we could run through some of the most unbreakable sports records ever and maybe talk about, I mean, these are peak athletic achievements in the careers of some of the greatest athletes of all time.
Yeah.
And maybe if you have any thoughts on which of these records will ever be broken, if ever.
Perfect. I like it.
All right. So this list comes from ESPN.com.
Okay.
If we have show notes, right? We could put that link.
They know their stuff.
Yeah, ESPN, a little company, ESPN. First one on here is by Jerry Rice, 22,895 receiving yards. The current leader for that record, currently playing right now, is Julio Jones with 13,500. I mean, I'm not a big football fan.
Neither am I. That's a bad one to start on, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and so I honestly have no idea if that's going to ever be broken. But, I mean, it seems like 22,000 is a lot bigger than 13,000. So I had to tend to say no on that one.
Yes.
Next one is something that both you and I are a little bit more familiar with. Right?
Oh, okay. Yep.
We've got Wayne Gretzky, the great one, with 1,963 career assists. This is not goals, not points.
That's never being broken.
No, it's really not.
Who's the next closest guy?
Sidney Crosby with 899. So
less
than half. Less than half.
Not a chance that gets broken.
I mean, if we wanted to talk about goals for Gretzky, I don't know if that's on this list or not, but Ovechkin is getting pretty close. I mean, he's less than 100 away.
Will be broken.
Yes, hopefully in our lifetime. It'd be crazy to see that.
If it's not in our lifetime, then Alex Ovechkin has some serum that makes him live insanely long.
Yeah.
That record will. I feel like it's not a matter of if, but when.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, cool. This one is a little bit more your speed here. Cy Young.
Okay.
749 completed games.
Oh, yeah, that's not happening again.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Considering the current active leader is Adam Wainwright. You want to
Okay.
take a guess at his completed game number?
The record was 700 and
49, 749
complete
Cy
games?
Young. Yes.
Oh man, I mean, like modern MLB pitchers are getting pulled after like 7 max.
Right.
Um,
So Adam Wainwright, how
know.
many completed games does he have under his belt?
has he even touched 100?
No,
No. Okay.
not even close.
Oh gosh, like 30,
28.
28. Oh gosh, yeah. That
Yeah, that's
no
never
one,
getting
no one is
broken.
ever getting close. No way.
Yeah, no. That peak athletic achievement, Cy Young. That's the what award is named after him? Because that's the pitcher award, right? Pitcher
It's
of the year.
Cy Young Award. Yeah. Pitcher of
Right.
the year.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Next one, Wilt Chamberlain, 50.4 points per game in a single season. That was the highest average points per game in a single season in the NBA. That was in the 61-62 season. And the current leader, James Harding, what do you think his active points per game were? This was in the 2018-2019 season.
18-19.
Yes.
Did he average like 32 maybe?
Close. He was 36.1 points
Okay.
per game for James Harding.
I don't think anyone's gonna touch 50.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, this article talks a little bit about Kobe, who some people call the prolific scorer. He had 10 50-plus point games in the 06-07 campaign, but he never really averaged.
To average that over an 82 game season.
Yeah, that's insane.
All of the modern day basketball fans would tell you though that Chamberlain was playing against like janitors and guys that like could barely find their way around a basketball court, but still the average 50 points a game is insane. I mean, the guy dropped 101 points in a single game the one day. Like
that's insane. Yeah, that's never.
It's ridiculous. No, not at all.
Okay. Well, next record is another basketball record. This is the most NBA titles won in a row by a team. Do you want to take a guess on what team this was? They won 8 in a row.
I believe it's the Boston Celtics.
It is
right?
the Boston Celtics.
That's when Bill Russell was with him.
That is yes.
Yeah.
And
8 in a row. Oh boy.
Yes.
That's not getting touched.
Yeah. No, probably not. The active leader, Golden State Warriors, at solid 1 right now. So
yeah, I mean, like they had like a repeat the one year.
Yeah, and then the Bulls, 96. I mean, they won. I want to say 4 or 5 championships.
They weren't consecutive, were they?
Let me check. NBA championships.
I know they had an absolute stranglehold on the league during that time, but I'm not too in tune with my Bulls history like you may be, being the Chicago native.
Well, I mean, anything that's not hockey is not really going on here. So they won 91, 92, 93. So they had a three-peat.
3 in a row.
And then they won 96, 97, 98. So another three-peat.
Another three-peat.
And those are the only 6 championships that they had were those. So if they would have won 94, 95...
They would have had 8.
94-95, they would have had 8 to tie the record.
And they still would have needed to win one more, so they would have just been tied.
Yeah, no.
That's wild.
They're never breaking that record. So,
that was not being touched now.
Yeah, no. This next record now is a little bit away from pro sports.
Okay.
This is gymnastics. This is most gold medals. World gold medals, I guess. World gymnastics gold medals is 19 is the current record being held by Simone Biles.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think that's going to be broken. I mean, I feel like we had, before Simone Biles, we had Gabby Douglas, right? She was kind of America's top gymnastic icon, but I feel like someone pretty talented is going to have to come along after Simone Biles to be able to break a record like that.
Yeah, I don't know much about gymnastics other than what I watched during the Summer Olympics, which I admittedly don't watch a lot of.
Yeah.
But it seems unbreakable. I don't know. Maybe there is some rising star coming through the U.S. gymnastics scene that we just don't know about that's just going to like get there like the next year and just blow everyone out of the water. But I have no idea.
So Michael Phelps has 23 gold medals. Not that that's gymnastics, but I mean that
It's like water gymnastics.
Yeah.
No,
water
that's like
ballet.
synchronized swimming. Whoops.
Yeah, they do. They actually.
There's already something for that.
Yeah, they already have that, Reid. Okay, and you're already offending
bad.
all the synchronized swimmers in
gosh.
the audience.
I apologize.
All right, good. Next one: most consecutive games played in the MLB. What do you think that is? Who do you think that is?
It's Cal Ripken,
Yes,
right?
Cal
And
Ripken.
is it consecutive games played 1,700 something?
No,
Am I overshooting that?
no,
No, I'm undershooting it.
you're underballing it.
Where was Cal Ripken? I can't remember.
Cal Ripken is at, or was at, or I guess is 2,632.
Good Lord. I was off by
consecutive
900
games.
Jeez.
The current leader in the MLB is Matt Olson. 296 games played. 296 only. So
That's what, like 5% of what Ripken did?
yeah.
Jeez.
What I don't understand is I feel like all these records are not old, but just like the bar has been set so high on a lot of these sports records that they're never going to be broken ever again. You know what
Correct.
I mean,
Correct. The
and
thing with, Cal Ripken's record was what, 2,600?
yes,
Okay, they play 162 games. That's like 16 seasons he played without missing a game.
that's insane.
The fact that he stayed healthy that long and played well enough to start every day, like both of those together are absolutely ridiculous. That's not, no way.
Yeah, and so he was a 2-time All-Star Game MVP, 2-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time League MVP, 8-time Silver Slugger. He won the Roberto Clemente Award. He was the Rookie of the Year in 1982.
He was pretty good.
He Reid summed that up pretty nicely.
He was
pretty
pretty
good. He was pretty good. All right, let's see here. Another baseball record just for you. Most stolen bases in a career.
Oh, that's got to be Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson. You were correct. Do you know how many
Yeah.
it was?
Oh, no.
1,406.
Jeez, that guy was fast.
He was fast.
He was fast.
Fast.
I think there's fast guys in the league today, but catchers are also getting better. I mean, Ricky Henderson was also just insanely quick, even by
Right.
today's standard. But catchers are better, too, at throwing guys out. And
Yeah.
I feel like coaches aren't sending guys to steal as often to minimize injury as well.
Yeah, they're not shaking
So-
and baking as much as they used to. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Like Ricky would just go and it was automatic. Like if he wanted second base and he was on first, like just give it to him. Like
Yeah, he's
It was
going.
his.
I'm gonna go fast.
He was
Ricky.
going. He was going.
All right. Well, there's one more record
Okay.
to go over. This was for, we already talked about it briefly, most Olympic medals ever. Most
Oh,
Olympic
okay.
medals by one individual. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Michael the Phelps man. Phelps. I don't know if that's his nickname, but the backslapper himself. He does that crazy arm like eagle thing. I don't know. I think that's hilarious every time I see it, just because it like he's like giving himself a hug. I don't know what's going on with that, but
I
Michael
saw him
Phelps,
do that on a golf course.
I did.
Recently.
Oh,
Did you see that too?
I did see that too.
It was
yeah,
some
that was
some charity
phenomenal.
round, and some fans like, dude, do the back slap, man. He's like, you want to see it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And he sets down his club and does it, and then rips a drive down the fairway like it was nothing.
That was the greatest golf clip
There's
I've
just-
seen all year.
We got to talk about this in a future episode as well, about the concept of if you're good at one sport, you're just automatically good at all the others.
Yes.
Like Steph Curry recently hit a hole-in-one.
I did, but that I then saw he struggled to hit par the rest of that round. So I
But
feel
like, does it matter if he got the hole-in-one? Like,
well, I mean, some people perform best under pressure, and
That's
some
fair.
people don't. So when the pressure's on, especially these pro athletes, again, like you said, this can be a conversation for a future episode, but pro athletes, man, that camera turns on, the lights turn on, whistle blows, they're in performance mode,
Yeah,
and I
they
think
are locked in.
I don't know if you ever watched the Last Dance documentary, but they talk about Michael Jordan was the same way. Even with golf, he would be like, he'd just have to, he'd go out play 18, then play another 18, and then go out and play that night. And he was that kind of person where it's just like
That's wild.
0 to 100 and just cranks at 100 then all day until that final buzzer.
That's wild.
So that's a great way to be though, especially if you're an
absolutely.
athlete in that position.
Yeah,
So,
if you get paid to play sports, you got to be like that.
yeah, absolutely. So, well, that was quite the conversation, but we are running close on time here. If we want to go through the survey responses that we had from last time, then we can maybe put out another Spotify question. Again,
Let's
a lot
see.
of our little streaming exclusively on Spotify right now.
The question was, what is the craziest thing you have seen while driving? Someone says, one time before I had my license, I went on a drive and almost hit a bunny, a turkey, and a bear, all in that order. Got my ice cream, though, so that's all that mattered.
Oh, my. A bunny, a turkey, and bear. You know what they say? Oh, my.
Oh, my. That comes from, let's call them Thana.
Oh, gosh. Oh, dude. You and the nicknames. I gotta respect that.
We got to preserve the anonymity, dude, okay?
Anonymity? I don't
Is
know
that
if
a
that's
word? I don't know. I mean,
Anonymity.
anonymity?
Can you spell that for me?
Absolutely not.
Anonymity. Anonymity. I don't know. Something like that.
What should our poll be for this episode? Tell us about your peak athletic achievement. If you have something athletic-wise that you're proud of, even if it's something mundane like throwing a water balloon and hitting someone in the face, let us know because we love to hear it.
Or unicycle riding. I mean,
or
come on.
unicycle riding,
Who doesn't love unicycle
Guess we can
riding?
kind of lump this in with bizarre talents.
Bizarre. Oh, well, that could be a whole episode
That
on
could be
its
a
own
whole
because
new episode, yeah.
You would be surprised. I have a lot of strange talents that I'll tell
I don't
you
know
about.
how much that would
future
surprise me,
episode.
Logan, knowing you.
Oh, that's funny.
That may not be surprising at all to me, but that could be a fun topic.
I think it would be. But I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Hit them with the usernames there, Reid.
At A Lot About a Little Pod on both platforms. Give us a follow and share this episode with a friend.
Share it with one friend. That's all the friends that I have. It's just me and Reid. So all I get
If
to do
you
is share
have
with
more
Reid.
than one friend, you can share it with more of them. We're not limiting you to one, but...
Yeah, I'll just share it with my one friend Reid, and we'll be all good to go.
And I'll share it with my one friend Logan, and,
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
See ya.